All right, so let's get started. The first card is Six of Cups upright. So I think this has something to do with a reunion from the past. Maybe being a little bit too trusting of someone. Being overly generous with them. And it might be just somebody you have some history with. Yeah. Also, you're just kind of enjoying the simple things in life. Because we have Temperance down here. Currently you are. Okay. So you have the Queen of Cups. But it's in reverse as a clarifier. So I'm thinking possibly, yeah, this is somebody from childhood. Like you knew them from childhood and then you became an adult because it's the adult and Queen of Cups and Six of Cups as adult, balancing adult and child. So you probably knew them as a child and now you're an adult and they've come back and you're reuniting. But yeah, you've been past lovers and you have a history together in a time when you're more innocent and carefree. It could also be that, the relationship is just very childish. Because we have two cards that can talk about balancing that. Clarifying it, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So it tells me this relationship is full of tantrums. One lover is just like taking everything so personally and it's leading to intolerance. Because Aquarius, you can be detached emotionally depending on your chart. So you may be dating a water sign. So we got this and Queen of Cups. We have another cup. And then Temperance in reverse, which would make me think Sagittarius, but there is water in that card. But you might be dating a water sign. But you guys aren't really communicating very well. Like somebody keeps saying, well, they need lots and lots of love and attention, just like a child might. And you're just not ready to kiss and make up. You're like, I remember this relationship now. Like, yeah, I had some nostalgia for a second, but yeah, I remember now. I was just full of tantrums. Or you got back with them and then you realized, oh, this is not good. And you broke up with them, but then they've come back, another time later on. This person keeps saying, yeah, I'll stop being so needy and clingy. And I know I have low self-esteem. I'm going to work on that. But you just keep getting these negative surprises. And your feelings are turning neutral. Either they are turning neutral, or they did, because, yeah, it's in the past. Yeah, so they turn neutral. And, you just guys couldn't communicate very well. And they don't understand you, or you don't understand them. So you just can't see a reason why to be together, like why they would think you'd want them. And they just kept doing all these things, and they would avoid the responsibility of actually changing. They'd say they would, and they wouldn't. So they were just like promising and not delivering. Okay, so thinking, clarifying that row, we have no separation. So that tells me reunion. Okay. Or you just stayed with somebody in the past. Next is Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this tells me about somebody who's, you're working really hard at this relationship, or you did, but you just couldn't relax. Like you weren't seeing the fruits of your labor. There's probably some mistrust going on because this person's really suspicious, but they also work a lot too. Maybe, the person was really greedy. And so you felt like you kept working at the relationship and they just kept sucking up all your energy. Like they were an energy love vampire. You're probably regretting being with them. You're thinking, man, why didn't I just screen this person or something? I could have been after you for money. This is somebody who likes to give lots of gifts and be generous. And then you took your love offer away because they there for the money, so you didn't really trust them very much. But to clarify Queen of Pentacles, we got King of Pentacles in reverse. So, I mean, this is you guys. You aren't together. So King of Pentacles in reverse tells me that this person may have, like they may have been your weakness at some point. But all it did was bring you, like, well, peril. Like they were stubborn and possibly boring. And just unreliable. Maybe a coward. It could have been like a little corrupt because he's in reverse. But basically I would just think like a liar, somebody like that, and they were probably just lying about how they were going to change, and they never did. Could have been lying to get some of your money. Clarifying that, we have wedding. You possibly could have married this person, or you just wanted to get married. Or they said they wanted to get married and you didn't. The next card is Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords in reverse. So this tells me, you in the present, you are profiting. You're getting the fruitful the fruits of your labor, like you weren't with the Queen of Pentacles right next to it. Remember, that's leading into it. So you are getting that. But, your willpower's fading. So if you're still with this person, if you married them, the relationship's in danger. Like you've lost feelings. Like at first, your feelings were slowly slipping, and now they're gone. There could be some infidelity going on, but that's supposed to be rare. But there's a lot of confusion. There's like some kind of, like this is always upcoming disaster to me, but it's in reverse. So either it's not going to happen, or you just can't prevent it. Like this is a defeat, like victory, defeat. If you do somehow, or if they somehow like force a triumph, it's just going to be disastrous. Like here I see a delay in a relationship. So like there's some kind of like a delay of the inevitable coming on here, like a divorce, like that talk you need to have. There's some lies going on. Again, like we're not communicating. There's a lot of stress going on. You're not seeing clearly. You're kind of just like waiting on something to tell you to end the relationship. Or if you're waiting to hear from somebody, like you're waiting for some kind of confirmation, you may get it. But it says, it's going to end up disastrously. Use your words carefully. Because this is like wrong decision, right decision. So you don't want to make the wrong decision. So just be careful. Don't create a conflict out of nothing. So, use your words. The next one, I got 9 of Wands. This tells me you are exhausted with this person. You're at 9 of Wands. 10 of Wands is a burden. Like just too much to go on. So you're at 9, like you're almost at your limit. Okay. Clarifying that, this person's not your soulmate. So if you're leading up to getting married with them, you're going to be marrying somebody who's not your soulmate. I'm just clarifying all these cards. You have to pay attention to the red flags. If you're planning on marrying, just think you have to be with this person for the majority of your life, if not all of it, okay? Following that is King of Pentacles. You're very slow to move. Like you're holding back. You're trying to be responsible. You just have that inner peace. And normally you're like unwaveringly devoted. And someone's interested in you, they're not acting on it. And you're interested in somebody and you're not acting on it. So like this is like a quiet secret love. So it's either you And that's why something's going on here. Maybe it's your partner or the person you're interested in, they have a secret love. And that's why something's going on. Clarifying that, we have Page of Swords. So this tells me there's somebody who seems harmless. You may be flirting with this person, communicating somehow. Or your partner or intended love interest is. This, this is a warning saying don't reveal too much information too soon because there's some spying going on. If there's a secret love, whoever has that secret love, they're being spied on. So if you're flirting, communicating with somebody through text, email, whatever, just don't reveal too much information. Like, use a secret code if you got to, if you want to be that shady. Basically, this person or somebody, this innocuous, this harmless Delilah, which is really a harmful person because Delilah is not harmless, okay? So it's like an oxymoron. They're going to take your strength. They're going to go out there and spread your information, your secrets. So somebody could be finding out about yours, or you could be finding out about your love interest's secrets. Like somebody wants to get with you, and then they're like, hey, you should know about this person. Blah, 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 blah. And you're like, well, they had a secret love. Okay, so I'll be all right. I don't have to deal with them anyway. And, clarifying, I guess, the middle and the future was no someone, not a soulmate. Then Three of Wands reversed is your next card, which is going into the future. There's some obstacles to your long-term goals. There's some delays. You feel like you haven't completed this journey with this person, whoever returned. Like there's some unfinished business going on. And you're just having some bad luck. Things aren't cooperating with you. You feel like you may have wasted your time with this person. Like nothing got accomplished. It's just a big disappointment. Like they doubly turned their back on you. Like this is turning your back on you. They doubly turn their back on you. Or you turn your back on them. They may have a few people to choose from. Yeah, like this is like an incomplete relationship. Something's not balanced. And then, to clarify that, we got Temperance in reverse, which tells me imbalance. Again, stress, like with the Ace of Swords. You can't see eye to eye. You're not objective about this. You almost need a mediator to come in and talk to you, at least in the short term, because there's just a lot of imbalance, no rest, no forgiveness, no letting go. Maybe your hopes are too high, so keep your aims in check. Also, here with the Three of Wands, since they clarify each other, this talks about your wanderlust is in check, like it's balanced. You're not risking anything. Here, it's like it's not in check. You are wandering all over the place. You're taking lots of risks. And I see this in love. So if you have a secret love, plus you're juggling someone else, it's just too risky. Or that could just be what the problem is. This is in the future. So that could be what the problem is with the other person, I should say. Those are both in reverse, yeah. Clarifying that, you're not calling in your soulmate. Okay, so not only do you not have your soulmate, but what you're doing isn't calling them in. You're focused, I think, on this other person. You're not paying attention to the red flags, but you should be. This is advice. But, in the long-term future, you feel like you just don't have a purpose. And you're not trying several different ways to approach this. Just no stability for both of those. Thinking about the Five of Wands, which covers all the cards on the top row. I see like lots of arguments. Somebody's very irrational. Again, we have that with the Queen of Cups too. But this just says be patient, like the Knight of Pentacles. You or someone is in need of some soul searching. And if somebody's reluctant to do something, it's more about them than you. So if somebody's wanting to reveal a secret love to you and they're from the past, just be patient. Yeah, maybe somebody reveals some information about, like, yeah, this person has a secret crush on you. I mean, are they a Scorpio? Scorpio's been trying to reveal a secret love for a long ass time. I didn't think it'd be an Aquarius because, you know, Aquarians are so emotionally unattached or detached. But we did have 3 water signs. Let me think about that for a second. See, I see somebody tried to come back. You didn't really put them through a screener test. And it's just disastrous. Somebody has a secret love. You found out they did, or you do. You're being very patient and responsible. Like, I need to get rid of this before I go into that. And here, like, the wanderlust is not in check. Like, you just keep thinking about the grass on the other side. You're just trying to get away. And then we have, like, no offer. Or just a really childish relationship that we need to pay attention to the red flags. Like, we reunited or we're just not separating. So you could be single inside of a relationship if you think about it. Now, King of Pentacles. Somebody may just be corrupt, and so they're lying, and that's what's going on here. They really do have a secret love. And 9 of Wands says, you know, you're exhausted, you're waiting an enemy. And then you have the secret love, and bam, the enemy comes up, which is the Page of Wands. But I think both of these would be, Page of Wands and the King of Pentacles reverse would be an enemy to me. In fact, the Knight of Wands is the only upright card. All the rest of them are in reverse. Let's see. 5 of Wands, I see somebody's being a little careless, yeah. And that would go with the Page of Swords and with the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody's careless about something. 3 careless cards. They're not paying attention to the red flags. And Queen of Cups in reverse and with Page of Cups tells me somebody's not using their intuition, their telepathy, their psychic messaging. They may be just emotionally unstable, codependent, even dishonest. Detached emotionally. Yeah, I think it's you. You're not using your intuition about this person. This says pay attention to the red flags because this person's not your soulmate. They may be married. Or they're not separated. Like, they are married. Okay, I just don't saw that. They're married and they're not separated, but maybe they're telling you they are. And you're their secret love. And then you get some information like, dude's married and has like 1,000 kids. And so you're like, oh, crap. All this hope and opportunity that I was seeing, like, I don't get to have that goal with that person like I thought I would. It's over. And so you're just in need of some healing. Like, you jumped into it too fast. You reunited, and it felt so good, but not at the end. You're not emotionally secure anymore. It left you reeling. And so you're like, I need to do a better background check next time. Because this is like a bad wife, or I guess a bad husband, depending on the gender. So they're a bad spouse because they're married and not separated and they're trying to date you. Or vice versa, depending on who you are. And, you know, this is, you know, put up those emotional boundaries, okay? And here, like, you lost the fight. Because you didn't check to make sure your partner had true intentions at heart. And it says you have to move past the conflict to be stronger. Just do that soul searching. Because this person needed some soul searching. And now that this has happened, you have to be patient and do the soul searching yourself as well. If, like, you're doubting yourself and being overly defensive, or this person's being overly defensive, and that should tell you that they're hiding something.